What's crazy is we almost fought one time.
I know.
Who do you thought would have won? So you confronted me. I remember we were standing under the basket, and then you came up to me and was like, "It's been incredible, bro. Like this whole journey of of how we met to like where we're at now. It didn't always start off like that.
No, bro. I think those are some of the greatest stories, though.
It is like I wouldn't go far as say like we wasn't cool or not. We was cool. Come on, AD.
I don't even say that. Like, we were cool on each other. Like, yeah, I see you, yo. You good? Hey, yo, you good, my boy? You good, my boy? All right, bro. I fuck with
for
you,
sure.
But,
What's crazy is we almost fought one time.
I know.
Who do you thought would have won?
Yeah, man.
I remember like it was yesterday.
So they talking about when they was teammates on the Boston Celtics. This when Kyrie announced that, he didn't want to play with LeBron no more on the Cavs, and he got traded to the Boston Celtics because he was tired of being, the Robin to LeBron's Batman. You feel me? Kyrie wanted to be the number one option. He wanted his own team. You feel me? So he goes to the Celtics with a young Jaylen Brown and a young Jason Tatum. And things ain't really work. Things didn't really work out with that team. You know what I'm saying? They had Marcus Smart as well. But it was a situation where, Jaylen Brown ended up getting benched because of Kyrie Irving being on that team. I believe they also had Gordon Hayward, who just couldn't stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? So Jaylen Brown was probably frustrated. Kyrie Irving was dealing with a lot, you know what I'm saying? He had some things going on with the fam. Plus, he was dealing with all the backlash that he was getting from the media for not wanting to play with LeBron no more. He had won the chip with LeBron in 2016. And then, shortly after, he ends up leaving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised at all that these dudes almost fought. I'm not surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? Because Tracy McGrady actually revealed that, during this time, Jaylen Brown was about to request a trade from the Boston Celtics. So can you guys imagine if Jaylen Brown would have requested a trade, right? He probably wouldn't have got his first championship in 2024. This one Jaylen Brown had the high top. This not Jaylen Brown with the braids. This was Jaylen Brown with the high top. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we've heard that Kyrie is a very quiet, to himself person. He's not really friendly. Maybe he just doesn't really know how to communicate. He didn't really know how to communicate himself well back then. But Kyrie was like a real quiet, standoffish guy, bro. He's not like a friendly guy that's gonna talk to you and hang out with you, bro. He the kind of guy that's gonna leave it all on the court, and after the game, he's quiet in the locker room, not talking to nobody.
I come to practice. I don't know what's going on today. First off, we haven't heard from Kyrie. I haven't heard his voice in 2 weeks. He hasn't said, "We in Boston."
I definitely used to get silent, bro. I didn't know how to express myself, bro.
So okay, let me just explain this chat. I don't know what was going on, but you decided you needed to have a heart-to-heart with everybody.
I did.
So you confronted me. I remember we were standing under the basket, and then you came up to me and was like, "I know who you are." I'm not gonna let you let us down.
No, but go ahead.
We're standing in the basket.
Yeah, bro. I remember like yesterday. Yep, go ahead, get into it, bro.
He pointed in my face. I know who you are. This is the chat. He points in my face and says, "I know who you are." So I'm like,
yo, telling another grown ass man I know who you are is crazy, bro. Kyrie, you was out of pocket for that, bro. You was out of pocket for walking up to Jaylen Brown, who's a grown ass man, pointing in his face and saying, "I know who you are." What the fuck does that mean, bro? But y'all gotta remember though, right? This when Kyrie was on his super woke shit, bro. Number one, Kyrie was trying to be Kobe at this time, right? The same way that, Kobe didn't want to play with Shaq no more, and Kobe pretty much took over as the number one. That's basically what Kyrie did when he decided to leave the Cavs, right? He knew he wasn't gonna overpower LeBron James, right? LeBron's 6'8", you know what I'm saying? LeBron was always gonna be the number one option with Kyrie on the team, right? So when Kyrie came to the Celtics, right, he made it a priority to, be the number one guy. He wanted to be number 8 Kobe Bryant. You feel me? So this one, Kyrie was into he's still woke now, but I remember Dennis Schroeder called Kyrie Irving, nigga. Not with the E, because Dennis Schroeder is African. You know what I'm saying? I think he's from Germany, but he's really African though, right? So Dennis Schroeder has said, I think he was like, damn, nigga, to Kyrie, and Kyrie was about to catch a fade over that, bro. Kyrie said, what did you call me? Don't ever call me that, bro. Don't ever call me a nigga, bro. And it's like, yo, Kyrie, like, you're really gonna act like 99% of African Americans don't use the N-word? Like, really? Like, because you're woke and you're spiritual now, right? All of a sudden, you don't want nobody calling you nigga no more. When you've probably used the word before as well in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, you crashing out over Dennis Schroeder, who is African, dark skinned. You crashing out over him calling you nigga when we all use the word. We're all black. You know what I'm saying? So this is when I knew something was going on with Kyrie, like behind the scenes. I knew Kyrie was like, because you got to think, right? These basketball players, bro, like, they don't get to grow up and mature in private, right? They grow up and mature in front of the world. You got to think, bro. This dude won an NBA championship, and now he has all of this pressure to prove to everybody that he can be the number one guy and win. And I just think that Kyrie was just going through a lot, spiritually during that time, man. So, yeah, man. Listen, bro. I guarantee you guys, this is not the only teammate that Kyrie almost got into a fight with. He probably almost got into a fight with LeBron. Listen, the Cavs just had a 2016 reunion like a month ago, and Kyrie Irving didn't show up. J.R. Smith actually called out Kyrie Irving for not showing up to the 2016 Cavs reunion. You feel me? So there's obviously still some emotions there for Kyrie, because I don't know why Kyrie wouldn't go. Maybe Kyrie had some other obligations and that's why he couldn't make it. But I mean, damn, bro. I heard Kyrie and LeBron is cool now, but for Kyrie not to show up to that reunion, bro, it's just it's just a little odd to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Kyrie was definitely like the big homie to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum at the time. I don't think Kyrie was a good fit for that team at all, because, it kind of seemed like Kyrie was doing a lot of ball hogging. He just was trying really hard to prove to everybody that he could be the number one scorer on the team. And he did prove that, but unfortunately, him scoring all those points on Boston, it did not equal winning, and it did not equal championships. I don't even think they got close to going to the finals while Kyrie Irving was on that team. 1 year Kyrie was injured, another year Gordon Hayward was injured, and then Kyrie came out and said he was going to resign with the team, and then he ends up going to the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a disaster.
The point of none of the argument was?
No, it wasn't even an argument. It was almost overflow of just emotion that I was dealing with, bro. I told you I lost my grandfather that year.
That's true.
I was supposed to sign back for 5 years. I announced it, and then my grandfather passed a week later. But after I left the team and went to his funeral, bro, I didn't even take any time off to grieve.
That's right.
Like no time off. I just went straight into the game. So being around y'all didn't feel like I was having fun. It wasn't y'all fault. It was me. You know what I'm saying? I told you that after we had a heart to heart. I told you, I was like, bro, as a man, I was like, bro, I came at you guys crazy. Come on, that's not what I was trying to exemplify as a young man either. You know what I mean? Like, we can't talk about this. Like, I know who you are, but come on, bro, it's not crazy. But my younger version of me, I've accepted, bro, for sure. Because that came with a lot of practice and time and just understanding how humans are and respect.
When are we gonna get a sit down, live or stream with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember last season, Jaylen Brown was saying that Jason Tatum was going to come on his stream, and it didn't happen, bro. Tatum definitely did an interview with ESPN. Then after they got eliminated from the finals, he did another interview talking about the loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's obvious that them boys wasn't friends while they were teammates. You know what I'm saying? But I hope sometime in the future we can get a sit-down interview with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And I just want to see what the interaction would be like, bruh. Because the only clips that I've seen with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum is in the locker room, right? I've seen clips of Deuce in the locker room. Jaylen Brown to talk to JT's son, but it seemed like them boys ain't really cool, like, outside of basketball like that, bruh. And I don't know why. You know what it is? I think it's because of the media, bruh. Like, right, from the moment that these two were teammates. They both got selected 3rd overall. Jaylen Brown got selected a year before, right? So ever since they became teammates, there was always the comparison of, can they coexist, right? Who's better, Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? Then in 2024, Jaylen Brown ends up, proving that he's the best player on the Celtics. He wins the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. He wins the regular Finals MVP. I felt like Jason Tatum deserved the regular Finals MVP, and I felt like Jaylen Brown deserved the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. But because Jaylen Brown plays defense and he's good on offense, I think that's why he won both. You know what I'm saying? Because Jason Tatum isn't known for being a great defender. Jason Tatum is known for getting rebounds. He can get you at least 5 assists a game. And Jason Tatum's going to get buckets. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, we all know that Jason Tatum's favorite player is Kobe Bryant. We all know that for most of the time that JB and JT spent together, the Celtics were always looked at as Jason Tatum's team. So the way that Jaylen Brown just got so much, he got so much better as a player to the point where, he kind of took over that number 1 spot. I think Jason Tatum feels some type of way about that, bro. I've seen interviews with Tatum where they would ask him who his favorite teammate is, and he did not name Jaylen Brown. You know what I'm saying? I think there's some animosity there, bro. And I think it's from Tatum. I don't think it's a JB hating on Tatum thing. I think it's a Tatum hating on JB thing because, Tatum feels like he's the best. Jaylen Brown feels like he's the best. You know what I'm saying? So I just think the competition and the media and all of that stuff, bro, I think that, them boys they look at each other as what's the word? I don't know if you would call it a nemesis or an arch enemy, but pretty much, bro, they're while they were on the same team, they were rivals, bro. And I'm so happy that they're not on the same team anymore because now we're going to get to see them boys play against each other. And you already know Jaylen Brown is going to be guarding Jason Tatum whenever they play. That's guaranteed. Jaylen Brown always usually guards the best player on any team that he's going up against, bro. Y'all see when he was trying to guard Embiid, right? He was struggling, but he was trying. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I look forward to seeing these guys sitting down and talking in the future, man, because we got to figure out what the beef is between Tatum and Jaylen Brown at some point, man.
I come to practice. I don't know what's going on today. First off, we haven't heard from Kyrie. I haven't heard his voice in 2 weeks. He hasn't said, we in Boston.
I definitely used to get silent, bro. I didn't know how to express myself, bro.
So, okay, let me just explain this. I don't know what was going on. But, you decided you needed to have a heart-to-heart with everybody.
I did.
So you confronted me. I remember we were standing under the basket. And then you came up to me and was like, I know who you are. I'm not gonna let you let us down.
No, go ahead.
We're standing under the basket.
Yeah, bro. I remember it like yesterday. Yep, go ahead, get into it, bro.
He pointed in my face. I know who you are. This is a chat. He points in my face and says, I know who you are. So I'm like,
yo, Kyrie Irving was the worst teammate you could possibly have, pre-Cavalier. After the Cavalier situation, bro, this man Jaylen Brown just said Kyrie Irving would go 2 weeks without saying one word to anybody on the team. So you're telling me, so what if somebody walks up and says something to Kyrie where he just wasn't answering niggas? Bro, say you see Kyrie in the locker room, right? You telling me if you would have said, yo, what's up, Kyrie? You telling me Kyrie just don't answer? What is he just giving you the head nod and just staying quiet? You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's why the Celtics were so bad, because the leader and the number 1 option on their team had no communication. How you gonna lead the Cavaliers because you don't want to be the number 2 guy and then you're the number 1 guy, and you're playing on the team with Jaylen Brown and Tatum, who's only in their second, third year in the league, and you're not communicating, bro? That's why, bro. That's why they didn't go to the finals. I don't even think they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals with Kyrie. That's why, bro. The chemistry was bad, bro. If the leader's not talking to people, making people feel comfortable, bro, the team is not going to thrive, bro. That's why the New York Knicks won the finals, because all of them boys, it was like a big-ass college team, bro. All them boys was cool with each other. Some of them boys on that team played on the same college team together. You feel me? You gotta have good chemistry, bro. The year before, OKC. Look how friendly everybody on OKC Thunder is, bro. They all love each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, Kyrie, man, you got to take some responsibility for that, bro. And you have done that in the stream with Jaylen Brown. You've definitely showed some growth and maturity. You know what I'm saying? And you did make it back to the finals 2 years ago against the Boston Celtics. And I think the Mavericks only won one game. It was a 1 or 2 games. I believe it was one game they won in the finals against the Celtics. Could have been 2. I don't know, man. But I look forward to seeing Kyrie Irving come back this year. The Mavericks, bro, are definitely going to be one of the worst teams in the Western Conference. They don't have Anthony Davis no more. They have a washed-up Klay Thompson. The best player they really got besides Kyrie is Cooper Flag. So that's going to be an interesting combination, Kyrie and Cooper Flag. Obviously, Luka got traded for AD. AD's now on the Wizards. So I don't know, man. Is Kyrie Irving going to request a trade? Right? Because once again, you know, Kyrie is in a perfect situation. Kyrie likes to be the number 1 guy. Cooper Flag's going to be the number 2 guy. Can Kyrie Irving lead the Dallas Mavericks to the playoffs? Can the Mavericks, you know, be a playoff team or at least a play-in team? I don't know, man. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie Irving ends up requesting a trade by the All-Star break, bro. I could see it happening, bro, because one thing I know about Kyrie definitely wants to win that second ring without LeBron. You know, he definitely wants to win that second ring. So, you know, we got to sit back and see, man. I'm hearing some rumors of people thinking that Kyrie's going to try to go back to the Cavs. I just don't see it happening, bro. I don't. Obviously, LeBron could try to recruit him. Listen, if somehow the Cavs could get a Kyrie Irving, listen, I do think that the Cavs, that's a good playoff team, but that's a team that could potentially go to the finals, especially in the Eastern Conference. But, because listen, the Cavs, they do have the pieces to make a trade for a Kyrie Irving. That's a fact, right? They could end up trading Donovan Mitchell. I definitely don't think the Mavericks will take a old, you know, washed up James Harden, you know, but Donovan Mitchell, man, that could be a scenario where the Mavericks trade Kyrie for Donovan Mitchell. I could definitely see that happening. But I don't know, man. You know, the NBA is going to be so interesting next year, man. What do you guys are going to think? What do you guys think is going to happen with Kyrie next year, man? Do you think Kyrie is going to have an MVP caliber season like Jaylen Brown did last season? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Days. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, click that hype button for your boy. Salute to Kyrie Irving, man. Salute to Jaylen Brown. It's your boy Days. I'm out.